Listen now. Hey, listen, okay? I've seen this quote, you've seen this quote, and it's kind of cliche, but there's a lot of truth to it. I've seen it around here a lot this year in the office about winning the day, right? Win the day, okay? And that's really important because today's the day you have to win, all right, to become a big-time college football team, okay? It'll be now. This is where championships are won are now. Days like today. It's hotter today, okay? A little bit of a grind out here, okay? Those who love contact will love today's practice. Those who don't will tap out. Real simple, tap out, okay? Those who don't, understand that. And if it's gonna be, listen, it's gonna have to be me. It's gonna have to be me. It's gonna have to be me. Birds, we got competition down here, let's go. Dog mentality, Seven. Let's go, Seven. Oh yeah. Let's go, Tufo. Let's go, Tufo. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Get that ball out. Get that ball out. Let's go, Dan. Let's go, Dan. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Dan. Hey, let's go, Dan. Oh, he made it. Go to what? Where's this at?
Just I'm ready to get out there and prove as a team and individually that I'm better and we're better than we were last year.
My dad played professionally back in the 80s and early 90s. And obviously that's probably where my love for the game sparked because, you know, when you're younger, you always kind of want to be like dad, and dad's like your superhero. So watching like highlights of him and stuff play and just kind of sparked my love for the game.
Well, you know, Jason is a very happy-go-lucky kid, easygoing. He's just been a great son. He's tough. He's a hard worker. He's, he has a strong will and a lot of great things about him that, even from a young age, you could see that he was going to be successful.
My senior year, I'd say almost every game was going against someone who was going Division I, or at least a few guys are going Division I, especially in the playoffs. Growing up, your coach would tell you, and it continues all at high school, that Barrington's just known as the rich, soft kid, so you always kind of got to fight that stereotype, and I mean, there's not much to fight because we know we're not.
I wanted him to have his own identity. I wanted him to be Jason Harris on his own. And so if he wanted to play football, if he wanted to play sports, if he wanted to play the piano, I didn't really care. I just wanted him to be his own man. And so I never really pushed him. Matter of fact, I tried to keep him out of tackle as long as I could. Him and his mother overrode me. And I wanted him to play for the right reason because football is a hard enough sport. I didn't want him to play for me. I want him to play for himself.
Coach Moose McClain, he was my recruiting coach out of high school, and he came in a few times like my sophomore year and then actually blew out my knee at the end of my sophomore year, which made me sit out my whole junior year of football. So recruiting kind of slowed down around there, but Coach McClain always kind of kept in touch with me. Kind of a home feeling, like something, you get a feeling, just a gut feeling with the coaches when you talk to them and stuff that they really care about you. I mean, they'll be hard on you like anybody would, like your parents would, but you can tell they want the best for you, and it's kind of just a comfortable feeling for me. And on my official visit, I remember just being around the guys and stuff, I felt way more comfortable and just at home with my future teammates at that point.
And it's Jason Harris, the freshman, who makes the play. It's a TFL, a tackle for loss.
Illinois State did a great job of recruiting him, and we felt very comfortable with ISU, especially it's only a couple hours away from here. They're one of the top programs around. You know, they had success. They were just coming off of just winning the national championship.
We've had such an experienced defense these past couple years, and now that we've lost very few people from last year, we got a lot of returning starters. It's definitely, I would say, on us to let our offense kind of mature and get used to gelling together and all that kind of stuff. I would say it's a team game, so you need everybody to hit on all cylinders and that kind of thing, but I would definitely say as a defense, we kind of have high expectations of ourselves.
I hadn't been following football as much as I used to when I played, so obviously as he's getting more involved, it's kind of getting me more involved back into the game a bit more. And I'm just real proud of him as a father. And as he gets more confident about what he's doing, ISU fans, they're going to have a lot of cheering to do because he's going to do some good things on the football field.
It's just a little farm out here. We just do corn, soybeans, no livestock. You know, growing up out here, it was completely different than, you know, anywhere else. I had a different lifestyle. I had to be helping Dad quite a bit in the summers and during the fall and during the spring. And, you know, a lot of our other kids would be out playing and doing this. And I was always in the tractor learning at a young age how to drive that and do that stuff. So, but I wouldn't change it for anything. You know, the small town life, everybody knows everybody. And it's good and bad, but there's always somebody there for you in your corner.
It's hard to be noticed when you come from a smaller school, so it doesn't happen every year that some young man can do that. But I went with him on a lot of stuff. So did his mother, and Illinois State just really seemed like a great fit for him. Obviously, he was interested in agriculture. They've got a great agriculture program there, and because of our location, it's only maybe a 30-minute drive, maybe 40 minutes from campus right here to the farm. There's times where I can just turn the key off on the machine at harvest time and it's football time. And it doesn't take me more than an hour to get out and get down there and see the game. And then after the game, if I wanted to come back and continue some harvesting, I sure can. It's just been great for me as a father and a farmer to be able to have him at Illinois State.
It was hard at first to, you know, make new friends on the team because not really many could really connect to what I had to talk about. Actually, we just got some ducks that we intend to raise, and then we're gonna go ahead and band them and release them. We just got 12 little mallards right there that hopefully in a few months will get bigger, and we're going to release on some water and band them and see what kind of track they take. So, you know, I had to came up with something. I kind of had to get out of my comfort zone to talk to them. So at first it was difficult, but, you know, they grew on me and I think I grew on them. And, you know, so one of my best friends is from Chicago. So, you know, I've only been there a few times in my life, and, you know, that's one of the best friends I have on the team. So it's crazy how guys can come from all over, you know, all over the country, and still, I mean, we get along well, we work well together, and, you know, it's the same feeling I had in high school. We just create that bond that's like a brothership.
I just never thought I'd be friends with someone from like small farm town, because there's no small farm towns from around Barrington and stuff. So it's kind of funny having friends from Texas and all that. And we actually I started calling Jared our freshman year Big Country, because he's the most country person I've ever met. So I've been over to his farm a few times, and he just takes me around, shows me their way of living and stuff. And it's fun. It's definitely a fun experience seeing different people from like different ways they grew up and experiencing that. And I never thought that would be my best friend.
See you, man. Here we go, huh? Here we go.
It's hard. Your freshman summer is probably one of the hardest experiences you'll have here. You're off on your own for the first time. The dorms are mostly empty. It can get kind of lonely at times. You're up at 4:30 in the morning and have to walk across campus in order to meet with Lathrop and do your lifting. Your day's just jam-packed. It's a tough experience. Your first summer here it's hard.
We're at 8:13. On to the next one.
Yeah. Pick out a 3.
Yeah, random team.
Say less. Say less.
Who's playing?
He's got the camera back here. Look at this.
Who's playing?
Whoever wanted the whole.
I gotta. What are these?
Give me the Bucks.
Did you buy those?
Everything's so vivid. Just the first week was just such a grind. That whole summer being a freshman is not fun, and Coach Spack tells you that before you get here. He tells you it's going to be a grind, but it's definitely been worth it. And you grow so close to your class because you go through that really hard summer with them.
Show the teeth.
Nice to meet you. Hi. Zach, nice to meet you. Okay, do all of you guys have your IDs?
Yes. We came in to get them.
Right, do you have like a driver's license?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you guys all have that? Okay. We'll go inside and get those.
It was a little scary, to be honest. I wasn't expecting everything that was thrown at me from day one. We had like 3 or 4 homework assignments and a paper and a speech at the end of the week. So that was real scary just to get all that at one time.
Stop, phones, get through the first week, and you'll be fine. Get yourself to Friday morning, get that workout in the morning, and you're going to have another weekend. It's supposed to be 90 again next weekend too, so you'll be able to go home, chill, go to the pool, that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, so then next week we'll set up any regular study hall, that kind of stuff. But you guys can come here. We'll structure some study hall times for you. There'll be some times you'll have to be here this summer. I know the types of things. I've already been back and forth with all the teachers. It's the one thing I didn't share. The teachers will just pick up the phone and call me if you guys are falling asleep in class. Sleeping, phones are the biggest 2 issues. So you're probably not in your service, but
All right. The foundation of our football program. Remember this now, because you're going to start it now. You heard 5:15, right? That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody here, because I've told you that in recruiting, right? We had that discussion. You want to be a Redbird? Yes, I do. You sure? Yes. You understand? Right. Okay. First foundation, the first brick is work ethic. You learn how to be a worker. You have to have a work ethic, and you'll learn to do that. So there's 2 things I'll share with you, or I'll promise you, if you stay for the 4.5 years, that's the average. If you stay the whole time, you'll have a work ethic, because if you don't, you will not make it here. You have to have a work ethic, both on the field and in the classroom. Because the way this schedule's set out now, this is OTAs now. You heard what OTAs are, right? In the NFL, this is what OTAs are like now. But you have one other issue that the NFL players don't do. What do you have to do? You got to go to school. So you have to have 2 jobs, all right? And you have to do both very, very well. Okay, so let's make sure we're on the same page there. But work ethic is going to be of the essence. Toughness. This is what our program is built on: toughness, physical and mental toughness. And it's going to take physical and mental toughness to get a degree. It's going to take physical and mental toughness to be a Division I player. If you want to play on a national stage, a national championship game, you got to be doing what those guys are doing right now, throwing the football out there. I see a starting quarterback out there throwing now a couple of our receivers on a Sunday afternoon. It's 93 degrees, okay? And this is his off day, okay? So understand that, okay? So it's mental and physical toughness. It's tough. Accountability is another word we like to use. We hold you accountable. We're all accountable here. Just tell us the truth, what's going on. You got to hold yourself accountable. We're going to hold you accountable to what you do here. And trust. We have to trust you. Trust you, and you have to trust us, obviously. We hope that we build that trust as we get to know each other even better. Just remember what you're here to do now. Okay, we're here to get a degree, and we're here to become the best football player you can become. That's what you signed up to be. And we're here to win national championships. That's what we're here to do. Okay? Just so we're on the same page. And understand that this is not easy. All right? It takes a lot of work. And some days they're going to feel like, God, I'm just so overwhelmed, and I'm never going to get this. You're not the only person that's ever felt like that. All right? I guarantee the players that are sitting in the room with you in those meetings, every one of them has felt the same thing. If they say they haven't, they're lying to you. Because there's a coach in here, I wouldn't say the same thing about his career in college. Okay? Anybody have any other questions?
Everybody's going through it together. That's the big thing. So it's a real big time to develop a bond with your teammates because everybody's going through that struggle together. It's not fun for anybody, but when you're all struggling through it together, it's not as bad. That's how you get through it.
There are certain things we have to do that address a lot of different needs and concerns, all right? Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
We got to address things that concern strength. We got to address things that concern speed. We got to address things that concern your explosiveness. Address things that concern your movement skills and all that kind of stuff. You have to address things that also address your work capacity, your ability to work over the course of an entire game, the ability to make sure that we don't lose a game late going into the third and fourth quarter against Central Arkansas.
That's up.
Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
We don't lose a game late against Richmond 2 years ago. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
Your goal should be beat every team that we play in the fourth quarter. I don't care if it's 77-0, you ought to want to hang another 77 on it. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
You should play like that. Every down is important. Every down gives you an opportunity to hang another touchdown. Every down gives you an opportunity to stop them so they do not score. Everybody understand that?
Yes, sir.
You set your will. So when you do a drill like this, you push yourself through the full 5 minutes of it like it means something to you. Because it'll matter at some point in time. And it certainly mattered in those 2 games, and we didn't get it done. So guess what? Expect more of this. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Get a break.
Grind it out.
First 1, 2, 1, 2.
Good work, boys. Good work.
Wait, why don't you guys should bring the cameras to the Marine View Challenge we're doing on next Wednesday. It's like Wednesday, next Wednesday morning, 5:30. 5:30. But it could be kind of cool. Where we pushing like a van and stuff and running through the. I mean, it's pretty cool actually.
So 57. Time we got to be out of here.
All right, second set.
Go.
Where's our 2, 1, 2?
Summer's a real grind. Coach Lathrop does a lot for us. He puts us through some stuff that mentally will test us, and he wants us to focus on a lot of being focused and have intensity, and he's looking for a lot of leadership, and he feels like we lacked that last year, and that I feel like there's a lot of guys this year who are trying to step up and lead the team.
Up. Stand up, Dan. Stand up. Stand up. You got Vic? I'll let you, baby. Go. Come on, Blake. Let's go.
Where it's tough. It's not, summer here is not easy. The workouts are long and tough, and the further you get in the summer, the more your body gets beat up, but it eventually does pay off every year.
Here we go. One. Go away. Woo! Hey. Do a little workout. Woo. Way to work, boys. Way to work. Way to work.
We've had a very good off season, I felt. You know, I don't know that a coach is going to sit here in front of you and tell you, well, we had a really bad off season, but I thought we've had a very productive off season, and we carried over the summer. A few pro scouts have been through already, and they really like the way our team looks. And we're a long team that's athletic. We're inexperienced in certain spots, but we think we have talented players. But there's really no way to give more experience to a player under game scenarios. So unless to play him, but we're pretty happy where we're at, and with that, I'll open up the questions, I guess.
Have a great day. We're in circuit 2. Birds on 2, 1, 2. Birds.